My name is Sandy. I want to tell you my story. It is about my family and a difficult time that started recently. It began when my baby boy was born. His name is Leo. He is a beautiful and healthy baby boy. My partner, Will, was very happy when Leo arrived. We were both very happy parents. When Leo was born in the hospital, we received a special gift. It was a box full of things for a new baby. This gift was from a charity organization. Inside the box, there were many useful items. There were soft baby clothes, blankets to keep him warm, diapers, and a small mattress that could be a bed. It was a very kind and helpful gift for new parents. We were very grateful for it. I thought about the charity that gave us the box. They do good work helping mothers and babies in our local area. I wanted other people to know about this good organization, so I decided to share my thanks. I took a picture of the baby box and some of the things inside. Then, I put the picture on Instagram, which is a social media app. I wrote a message with the picture. I said thank you very much to the charity. I wrote that little Leo and I were very thankful for the gift. I also wrote that they help new mothers in our area. I hoped that maybe my post would help the charity get more support or donations. Soon after I posted the picture, I received a message on my phone. It was from my stepmother. Her name is Brenda. She wrote to me and said, "Sandy, please remove that picture from Instagram immediately. Ivy is very upset about it. Ivy is my stepsister. My stepmother, Brenda, is Ivy's mother. My stepsister, Ivy, had her baby girl 2 months before I had my son, Leo. Her daughter's name is Lily. Sadly, Lily is not a healthy baby. She was born with serious health problems and needs a lot of care. It is a very hard situation for Ivy and also for my stepmother, Brenda. I know their life is difficult right now. A few minutes after my stepmother's message, I received another message. This one was directly from Ivy herself. Her words were very hurtful and sad. She wrote, "They only gave me some paper and a bill when Lily was born in the hospital. You show everyone your perfect baby and your free gifts from a charity. My life is a nightmare with Lily needing so much care. It is not fair that you have everything easy." I read her message several times. I felt a little sad for Ivy because her life is truly hard, but I also felt confused and a little upset. My Instagram post was not about her life or about having an easy life. It was about saying thank you to a charity that helped me. It was about being thankful for a gift. I did not make the post to hurt her feelings. I honestly did not think about her difficult situation when I wrote it. I just wanted to help the charity by showing their good work. But Ivy saw my post differently. She saw my happiness with my healthy baby, Leo. She saw the free gift I received. She compared it directly to her own hard life with her sick baby, Lily. She felt that my life was perfect and easy and hers was terrible and unfair. Her message made my heart feel very heavy and sad. It felt like the start of a big problem between us. I did not know what the right thing to do was. Should I take the picture down just because she was upset? Or should I keep it there because my reason was good? The picture was small, but it caused a large problem. This was only the very beginning of many difficult things. 2. Growing up apart. Ivy is my stepmother's daughter. So we lived together for many years in the same house, but we were not like real sisters. We were not close friends at all. It felt like we were strangers living under one roof. In our home, Ivy was always the most important person. She wanted everyone to look at her all the time. She got a lot of attention from our family and from other people too. I was younger than Ivy. My life was simple then. I worked at a small cafe in town. I did not feel special or important like she did. Then Ivy started seeing Will. He was her boyfriend. Will was a nice man. He was handsome and he seemed kind. He worked with wood. He was a carpenter and made things. When Will came to our house for dinner or for family visits, Ivy liked to show everyone that Will was hers. She sat very close to him. She held his hand tightly. She talked about him a lot to anyone who would listen. She wanted everyone to know how good her life was because she had Will. I saw Will sometimes at these family times. He was always polite to me when we spoke briefly. I wanted to talk to him more, maybe get to know him, but Ivy made it very hard. She did not want me near him. She often said things that made me feel small or unimportant. She talked about her exciting plans with Will, like going on holidays or buying expensive things. She said things like, "Oh, Sandy, you are still just working at that small cafe. Will and I are going on a big holiday to another country next month." Or, "Will bought me a beautiful new dress for our party. It's much nicer than anything you wear for work." Her words made me feel like my life was not good enough compared to hers. She always had something better to show off. She had Will, who was handsome and successful in his work. She had exciting trips, nice clothes, and expensive gifts, and she always made sure I knew it. We lived in the same house, ate at the same table sometimes, but we lived in very different worlds. Ivy's world was bright, loud, and full of attention. My world felt quiet and small next to hers. This was how it was for a long time. We shared a home, but we grew up apart, like two people who did not know each other well. 3. The first talk. One day, something broke at my job. I worked in a small cafe. The sink stopped working. My boss said, "We need a carpenter now." I was surprised when the carpenter arrived. It was Will. He was my stepsister's boyfriend. I had seen him many times before, usually at family dinners, but this time was different. My stepsister was not with him. It was just Will and me in the cafe while he fixed the sink. We started to talk. This was the first time we really talked, just the two of us. He asked me questions about my life. He asked about my dreams for the future. I told him I wanted to do something creative, like being a designer. I told him about my ideas. He listened to me very carefully. He did not look at his phone or look away. He looked at me, and his eyes were warm. It felt good to have someone listen to me like that. After that day at the cafe, things changed a little. We started to see each other more often, but not in a public way. They were small, short meetings. Sometimes Will had a job near the cafe and he would stop for a quick coffee. We would talk for just a few minutes. Sometimes, if we were at a family event and my stepsister was busy talking to other people, Will and I would find a quiet corner and talk quietly. It felt strange, like we were doing something a little bit wrong, but it also felt right. When we talked, I saw a different side of Will. He was not always happy. He seemed tired sometimes. He told me things were not easy for him. He said he felt stuck. I saw a sadness in his eyes that I had never seen before. He was different from the person my stepsister showed to everyone. We started to understand each other better. A feeling was growing between us. It was a new connection. It felt exciting, like a small secret, but maybe it was also a little bit dangerous. 4. The secret starts. There was a party at my stepmother Brenda's house. It was a warm summer evening. Many people were there. I saw Ivy and Will. Ivy was laughing loudly with her friends. She showed them a ring on her finger. She said it was a promise ring from Will. Will was standing near her, but he looked tired. He didn't join in the happy talk much. I felt a little sad watching him. I needed some quiet time, so I went outside to the garden. The garden was dark and peaceful. I saw Will standing alone near a big tree. He looked at the ground. I walked over to him slowly. "Hi," I said quietly. He looked up. His eyes seemed sad. "Hi, Sandy." We started to talk. We talked about the party, about small things. Then the talk changed. Will told me he was not happy. He said his relationship with Ivy was difficult. He felt like they wanted different things. He wasn't sure about their future together anymore. His voice was low. The air felt warm around us in the garden. We stood close. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he gently touched my hand. My heart started to beat very fast. He moved a little closer to me. Then he leaned down and kissed me. It was a soft kiss. It was quick, but it felt very big. It was our first kiss. In that moment, under the dark sky in the garden, everything changed for us. We knew we wanted to be together, but we also knew it was a secret, a big, dangerous secret. After that night, we started to meet in secret. We had coffee in small cafes far from home. We sent messages on our phones that no one could see. We talked late at night when my family was asleep. It was exciting, like a secret adventure, but it was also very scary. I felt happy when I was with Will, but I felt guilty about Ivy. It was hard to hide our feelings. When we saw each other at family events, we had to act like nothing was different. We could not look at each other for too long. We had to be careful about what we said. Hiding our relationship was the most difficult part, especially around Ivy. She was his girlfriend, and she was my stepsister. Our secret started that night in the garden, and it changed everything. 5. 2 babies are coming. A few months went by. My secret meetings with Will continued. It was a difficult time, full of happiness when we were together and guilt when we were apart. Then, one morning, I did not feel well. I felt sick. I thought, maybe I should take a test. I went to the chemist's and bought a pregnancy test. My hands were shaking a little when I used it. I waited for a few minutes. The result showed 2 pink lines, pregnant. I was going to have a baby. I felt many things at once. I was happy about the baby, but I was also scared. This was a big secret. I had to tell Will. I called him and asked him to meet me. When I showed him the test, he looked shocked. His face went pale. For a moment, he did not say anything. Then he looked scared. We were in a secret relationship, and now this. But then a small smile came to his face. He looked happy too. He held me close. His voice was quiet when he said, "We will figure this out, Sandy, together." It felt like a promise. Keeping this secret was very hard. We had this wonderful, scary news just for us. We started to think about the future, about having a baby together. It felt like a dream, but a dangerous one because of Ivy. Then, about 1 week later, something else happened. It was Sunday dinner at my stepmother Brenda's house. My stepmother, Ivy, Will, and I were all there. We were eating and talking. Suddenly, Ivy smiled a big smile. She looked very happy. She made an announcement to everyone. "I have some news," she said loudly. Everyone stopped talking and looked at her. "I'm pregnant," she said. She looked at Will as she spoke. My heart stopped. I looked at Will. His face was white. His eyes were wide with panic. He looked from Ivy to me and back to Ivy. Brenda was very excited. She went to hug Ivy and said how wonderful this was, but the air in the room felt cold to me. I knew Will was thinking the same thing I was. Was this baby his? He had told me he was not close to Ivy anymore, that they had problems. He was not sure if he could be the father of Ivy's baby, but Ivy looked so happy, and she was smiling at Will as if he was the only person in the world. The news changed everything again. Now 2 babies were coming and one was a big question mark. 6, 2 different births. Ivy had a difficult pregnancy. She was sick often. Will tried to help her a little for the baby, but he was really with me. We had quiet times together. We knew Will had to tell Ivy about us and our baby, but we waited. We did not tell her yet. Ivy gave birth to her baby, Lily, first. We heard that Lily had serious health problems. She would need a lot of care. My stepmother, Brenda, stayed with Ivy all the time. Will went to see Ivy and Lily in the hospital. He told me it was very sad. Ivy cried a lot. 2 months later, my baby was born. It was a boy. We named him Leo. He was healthy and strong. Will was with me when Leo was born. He held my hand. He cut the cord. He was so happy he cried. Our secret love was difficult, but Leo's birth felt like a new start for us. We planned to tell everyone about us and Leo when I came home from the hospital. That is when I got the baby box from the charity. I felt so thankful. I wanted to tell people about the good work the charity did, so I took a photo and put it on Instagram. I wrote about being thankful for the baby box for little Leo. I wanted to share something good and positive, but Ivy saw the post. She sent me a message right away. She was very angry. She said it was not fair that I showed my perfect baby and got free things. She said her life was a nightmare because Lily was sick. She said it was like I was happy while she was sad. Then her words became very cold. She said, "You and Will, you think I did not know? This baby of hers, it is all your fault, Sandy." She said I made Will not focus on her. She said maybe if he was more focused on me, my baby would be okay. She blamed our relationship. She said our secret caused Lily's health problems. Her words were very hard to hear. 7. The big fight. Ivy's words were very sharp. She blamed me for her baby's problems. This was too much. Will knew we could not keep our secret anymore. It was time to tell the truth. He decided to go to Ivy and Brenda's house. He would tell them everything. I waited at home. I felt sick with worry. Hours passed slowly. Then Will came back. He looked very tired and sad. He sat down and told me what happened. He went to the house and found Ivy and Brenda there. He told them about us, about our relationship. He told them that Leo was his son. When he finished speaking, the room was not quiet. Brenda, my stepmother, was very, very angry. She was furious. She shouted at Will. She shouted my name too. She called me bad names. She said I was selfish and cruel. Then Ivy started to scream. She cried loudly. She looked at Will and at Brenda. She blamed me for everything bad in her life. She said I ruined her life. She said if Will had not been with me, if he had stayed with her, things would be different. She said he was supposed to be her support. Then she said the most terrible thing. She said the stress from our secret relationship made her sick. She said it caused Lily's disability. She said it was all my fault because I took Will away from her. Brenda agreed with Ivy. She backed her daughter up. She said Will should have been thinking only of Ivy and her baby. Will listened. He felt very bad. He told them he loved me. He told them Leo was his son, and he would be a father to Leo. He said he would support us. But he also told Ivy and Brenda that he felt terrible for Ivy and for little Lily. He said he would help support Lily too. He still was not sure if Lily was his baby, but he felt he must help because Ivy was alone and Lily needed help. The fight was very, very difficult for everyone. It was the end of our secret, but the start of something very hard. 8. Our new life. After the big fight, life changed a lot. My stepmother, Brenda, stopped talking to me completely. My stepsister, Ivy, also does not speak to me, not in a kind way. She sends messages sometimes, but they are full of anger and sadness. She is still very unhappy about her situation. She says I show off my happy life with Will and Leo. She says I made her life bad and difficult. Ivy still thinks that the stress I caused her during her pregnancy made her baby, Lily, sick. She believes that if things had been different, if Will had been only with her, Lily would be okay. But this is not true. The doctors talked to Ivy many times about Lily's health problems. They explained that Lily's condition is genetic. This means it comes from the family's genes, something in the body from before birth, or maybe it was just bad luck, something that sometimes happens. The doctors were clear. They said Lily's condition was not caused by stress during pregnancy. Stress can be hard for a mother, but it does not cause this kind of problem. But Ivy does not want to believe the doctors. She still blames me for everything that is wrong in her life and for Lily's health. It is very hard and painful to hear her angry words and accusations. Will is with me now, and we are a family. He is a very good partner and a loving father to our son, Leo. Leo is growing every day. We are building our new life together step by step. It is a quiet life, very different from the past. We spend our time taking care of Leo, learning about being parents. Will works hard as a carpenter to support us. I take care of Leo and our home. We are happy together, but there is still a shadow of sadness because of Ivy's situation and her anger. Will feels a duty to help Ivy and Lily. He sends money to help pay for Lily's medical care and other needs. He visits them sometimes, but it is always difficult and tense. Ivy is often angry when he visits. She still talks about the past and blames him too for not being there for her during her pregnancy. I feel very sad for Ivy and for little Lily. Lily needs a lot of help every day. It is a very hard life for Ivy, and I feel sorrow for her pain, but I know deep inside, and the doctors know, that I did not cause Lily's health problems. I cannot let Ivy's bitterness and blame destroy my new family, my relationship with Will, and my life with Leo. I must protect Leo from this negativity. Ivy's situation is very difficult, but her blame is not fair or true. My life is not perfect, no life is, but it is mine, and I have found love and happiness with Will and Leo. I will be strong for them. I still have the photo of the baby box on my Instagram page. That charity helped me when I needed it, and they help many mothers in our town. It is important to me to keep that post. Our story is complicated and has caused pain. There is sadness and difficulty, but there is also love, hope, and a future for us. This is our new life starting now.